Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Multiple Technologies. Today we will be looking at how we can use the dynamic loading of Godot Scenes using the slider example. Okay, so basically what I mean to say is like we'll be using an example like slider example to show like how we can dynamically load a particular scene based on one condition and do the necessary steps with that particular scene. Okay, so here is my example. So I'll show you like how it exactly looks. So this is our main scene, which consists of some sliders in the horizontal direction and some sliders in the vertical direction. So based on my condition, like the direction in which I want to move the sliders, like it will load this particular scene like horizontal slider or vertical slider, and it will move. So let me show you like how it looks. So let me run this project. So if you see, like it moves the slider in the left direction. So it basically captured the horizontal slider and it is moving in the left direction. Okay, so this is based on the script that I have attached, which we'll be looking at in shortly. Okay, so let me go into my documentation again. Okay, so here is my documentation that I'm going to refer for this video. Okay, so as a first step, like we will create a new project named slider example. So let us go into our Godot project manager. Let me put this project. So here I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to create a new project named slider example 2 as. So I'm going to create slider example 2 in Godot Games. Let us create this folder in that particular folder and let us launch our project. Okay, so here as I said, like as a first step, like we have created our new project. Okay, so coming to our second step, we will be creating a main scene. So main scene is basically a scene which accommodates the other scenes. So it has nothing specifically to be done with that specific scene, but it incorporates the other child scenes. So let us create a main scene of type node and rename it as main scene. Okay, now here we are going to create two child scenes, but before that, like we need to create those scenes. Okay, so for that we'll be going to step 3 and create a slider scene first. So what does basically this slider scene contains is it basically contains a sprite which we will be using in our horizontal and vertical slider scenes to move it in a particular direction. Okay, so let us create this slider scene. So this will be taking it as a 2D node and name it as slider. And for this slider, we are going to attach two child nodes, which are sprite, with which we will be applying the texture and the collision shape 2D, which we are not going to do any type of collision effects, but we are just applying it because like mostly like if you are preparing some character, like you might want to create some kind of collision detection for that character. So that's why we are going to apply this collision shape also for the sprite. Okay, for this sprite, like we are going to attach a texture which is a slider. So let me take this slider image. So I'm going to start an example and I'm going to take this slider and put it in my new slider example 2, which I am showing in this video. Okay, so here as you can see, like our slider is available. So let us pull this and apply it into the texture. Now we have our slider available. And next we will be applying the collision shape. So let us apply our capsule. So we need to rotate this capsule. So transform, rotate by 90 degrees. Okay, so our collision shape is rotated by 90 degrees, and now we are applying this collision shape to our sprite. So this is the sprite which we are going to slider we are going to use in our other scenes. Okay, so let us save this scene, slider.acl, and that is text scene. So let us save it. So now we are done with our slider scene. Okay, so let us go into our documentation again. So now that we have created our slider scene, now let us create our horizontal slider scene in which we are going to basically we are going to instantiate the slider scene and utilize it in the horizontal slider scene. Okay, so let us go to create new scene. In this, let us go into other nodes and select node 2D as our parent node for this scene and name it as horizontal slider. Okay. Now in this horizontal slider, we are going to utilize the slider, the sprite that we have created, and we are going to use instance of those sliders. Okay, so for this we need to click on this instance child scene and select the slider scene. Okay, so this instance is created of that slider scene, and let us do Control D by making our slider active selected. So I did Control D 2 times so that we created two more slider here. Okay, so let us now move our sliders and place it. Let me enable snapping so that I can easily drag and put it in the screen. So these are our sliders which will move in the horizontal direction. Okay, so let me name the first slider as slider 1. Okay, and now let us save this horizontal slider scene. Now let us go into our documentation again, and now as a step 4 we will be creating, we have created the horizontal slider scene. Now let us go into our step 5 where we will be creating a vertical slider scene, so similar to what we did in horizontal slider. So let us create new scene and select the root node as node 2D and name it as vertical slider. And here, like, we are going to use the instances of the slider scene by using instancing slider, and let us do Control D 2 times so that we create 2 more instances. Let's rename our first slider as slider 1, and now I'm going to place the sliders in this position so that we can move in vertical direction. Okay, now we can save this scene as vertical slider. So now we are done with our horizontal slider and vertical slider. Okay, now what we need to do is, so now we can do one thing before I go to the next step. So as we have created our scenes, so let us go into our domain. So let us we have our main scene. So let us save our main scene first. Okay, and here, like, I'm going to use the instances of those horizontal slider and vertical slider over here. Okay, so let me do instance horizontal slider. So it is placed on horizontal sliders, and next we will be creating our vertical slider instance. Okay, so as you can see, like, both are available. Okay, so if you launch this project right now, let me select my main scene as main scene. So you'll see all of them, like both the scenes, horizontal slider and vertical slider. But what I want to achieve is basically I want to select only one scene based on a condition, which we are going to do using the GD script. Okay, so let's go into our documentation again. Now, as a step 6, we are going to attach a GD script for our main scene. Okay, so let me copy this scene GD script and attach it to our main scene. The script name is main scene.gd, and we are going to create an empty script, and let me copy this. So here, what I am exactly doing is, so when the node gets ready, the main scene node gets ready, it will check the direction variable, and based on the direction variable, if it is up or down, so basically in either the up direction or the down direction, it is going to load this vertical slider scene. Okay, so the vertical slider scene, as you have seen, so is this one. Okay, and if the direction is other than up or down, that is left or right, it is going to load the horizontal scene. So we are using the get tree. So basically it is the main tree, and underneath we are going to change the scene to horizontal scene. So it is not going to take these two scenes as the child scenes and instantiate the main scene, but it will be taking this scene and instantiate the main scene. Okay, so this is our GD script that we have attached to the main scene. But we need to do one more thing. So basically, like, I'm going to use this direction in the slider scene which we have created. Okay, so for that purpose, what I'm doing is I'm going to make this direction variable as a global variable. For that, like, what we need to do is we need to go into project settings and auto loads, and we are going to set this script that is main scene.gd, and we are going to load this. Okay, so that the variable which is present in the main scene.gd is available for all the other scenes in the game. Okay, so make sure the global variables is enabled, so that whatever variables we define in this GD script will be utilized, can be utilized in other scenes. So let me close this one. So now we are ready with our main scene. Let us go into our documentation. So we have attached the GD script to the main scene. Now let us go into step 7, which is attaching the GD script to slider scene. Okay, so here let me copy this, and I will try to explain you what exactly is happening in this script. So for this, let us go into a slider scene and select the root node, attach the script, create an empty one, and let me copy this script. Okay, so let me remove all this comments. Okay, so let me try to explain you. So I'm capturing the direction from main scene dot direction. So as mentioned in my last step, like, we have loaded the main scene.gd script as the with the global variables. So we are using that main scene dot direction global variable and saving it in the direction variable. And this is the speed and speed which we are going to apply. Angular speed is not required because right now I'm not rotating anything, and here this variable will capture the screen size, and this is a slab slice. Right now, like, it is not needed, like we are not using this one, and I'm not using the nodes also. This I added it for some other functionality which I wanted to include, but that is fine. Okay, so slab scene is not needed, so let me disable that one also. Okay, so this is continuous slab scene not needed. Okay, so now with the process function, which is getting called every second, 60 times per second. So here what we are doing is we are capturing the screen size. Okay, so basically it will get the x and y variables of the screen size, that is the width and height. Okay, and here let me comment on this rotation also. So here what we are doing is, based on the direction, like if the direction is up, like we are applying the velocity vector to dot up and multiplying it with the speed, so that we will move our slider in the up direction with a particular speed. Okay, and once we have this velocity, like we are calling this move function with the direction in which we want to move, and with the velocity with which that movement should happen, and the delta, that is the movement that should happen in a particular frame. That is the delta is basically the time lapse between each frame. Okay, so based on that time lapse, we need to move in our slider in that direction. Okay, and now in the else if condition, like I am using the direction as right, so based on the direction, like we are going to calculate the velocity which we need to apply and move that slider in the right direction, and we are moving it. Okay, so similarly for left, and the other one is, last one is for down. Okay, so these are the four directions in which we are going to move our sliders. And coming to our move function, so here, like we are going to update the position of our slider by applying the velocity which we have calculated. So based on the direction, like we have calculated the velocity, and that velocity we are adding it to the position. So velocity is a 2D vector type, so it has two values. So we are going to change that and add it to the correct position wherein the slider is placed. Okay, so now so once the position is applied, like we are making sure that the slider so this basically position.x and position.y, like we are just clamping so that it doesn't move out of the screen size. So whatever screen size we have captured, like that width and height, like basically we are taking that values and making sure like our slider doesn't move outside of that. But this is basically we are not going to use it as we like once the slider gets to that position, like we are actually changing the direction, like changing the direction of that slider and making it move from the other place, like on the other side of the edge. Okay, so if the direction is up and if the position dot y is 0, so the slider has moved till the top, and then we are changing the position dot y, that is the variable of that slider, to screen underscore size dot y, so that it again comes to the bottom of the screen and moves up in the upward direction. So this is similar like for the other directions. So we are making sure that the slider keeps on moving from one edge and appearing from the other edge. Okay, so this is how like this JavaScript works. Okay, so now we have our slider script ready. Now let us try to run our game. So let us go into our main scene and try to run our project. So as you can see, the sliders are moving in the right direction because we have kept the direction as the right, so it is moving in the right direction. And you can see in the right direction, it basically gets the if the position.x of the slider is same as screen size.x, it is going to reset the position.x to 0 so that it moves again from the initial location, that is 0. Okay, so that is why it looks like it is completely moving from one edge and reappearing from the other edge. Okay, so now let us go into our main scene and change our direction to up. So now based on up, like it should load this scene. Okay, vertical slider. Okay, so let us try to run this. So as you can see, it loaded that scene, vertical slider. And now let me do left. So as this is not the, in this condition, and it is going to load the horizontal slider. Okay, so let me run this. As you can see, it moves left the horizontal sliders. So this is how like we can dynamically load the scenes based on our condition which we have applied. And also like we are able to utilize the global variable in other scenes. It is actually not a good thing to use global variables for everything, but for this example, like it is okay. Like we have only one variable which we want to use in all the scenes, so that is fine. Okay, so this is what like I wanted to show you in this example in this video, like how we can utilize the concept of dynamic loading in Godot games and use the auto load feature of the Godot engine. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you all. Thanks for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.